Hey everyone, my name is Osan, and this is my final project for Intro to Computer Systems. I built a real-time multiplayer drawing and guessing game, basically a clone of Gartic.io if you've played it. It's entirely built in Python using sockets and Tkinter. The idea is pretty simple. One player draws a secret word and everyone else tries to guess it by typing it in the chat. Let me show you how it works. First, I will start the server. I'm using Python 3 to run it, but if you're running on Windows, you can use Python because I'm working on a Mac. So as you can see, server is listening on port 555. I'll need at least two clients, to run it. So let me pull it up. So as you can see, two windows popped up, and so it's asking for a name to start the game. Player 1. It's still waiting for players because once the number of players hits 2, it will start the game, and player 2. And as you can see, the countdown started, and I can see the hidden word, and player 2 is trying to guess it. So it's apple. Let's draw an apple. It's not the best one, but it reminds something, right? Now, and let's say tomato. No, and as you can see, it appears on the chat. Let's say apple. Yeah, round is over. The word was apple. And now it's the player 2's turn. So he needs to draw a house. So I'm trying to guess. Square. No. Oh. And let's say it's not case sensitive, so you can write it capitalized, or it doesn't matter. And it will switch to the player 1, as you can see. To demonstrate the timer's functionality, I will wait till it finishes, and while that time is passing, I will talk about the point grading system. So if you guess right, you get 10 points, and if you draw it right, you get 15. So I have right now a total number of 5 rounds, but in the future probably I will add some rounds and categories of what the user's gonna draw. And yeah, let's wait for timer to be over. Yeah, when the timer is over, the secret word will appear both of the boxes, like text boxes, chat box will appear there. As you can see, round is over, and no one got a point, as you can see, because the player 1 weren't successful to draw it in 60 seconds. And that's the game. Let's look at the code. Let's start with utils.py. This piece of code is tiny, but it's very important for our application. So send message function serializes a message as JSON and appends a new line. That new line is our message boundary over TCP, and receive message function reads one line at a time from a socket file object, and this serializes it back. Simple, but it works good and perfect actually for this use of case. So I will go back to our server.py. Let me start with here. So the server creates TCP socket and binds it to port number 5555. It doesn't matter which port you use, but I just decided to go with 5 because 5 is my favorite number. And it will listen to the connections. And as you can see, this message is coming from here. What else do I want to do? Oh, here. For every client that connects, we spin up a new daemon thread so we can handle multiple players at the same time. So for every client, we will have a new thread, basically. And what else? Oh yeah, game state class. Game state class holds everything: the player list, scores, who the drawer is, and the secret word. And these are the secret words that is being stored in a list. In the future, I can have a more word library, or I can pull words from some kind of API for the future updates. Let's see, what else do I have in here that I want to talk? Oh yeah, handle client is an important function here. So handle client is when a client connects, it sends its username. Once the second player joins, we call start round automatically. So as you can see, if the length of players is more than 2, it will start the round. And this is our start round function. Start round function picks the next drawer, send them a your turn message with the secret word, and tells everyone else round started. Then it kicks off the timer from the beginning. As you can see, these are the messages. Game round number, the drawer. And this is on the message box. This appears on the message box. And let's look at round timer. Round timer is as you've seen, it's 1 minute. And the timer runs in its own thread, and broadcasting a countdown tick every second. When it hits 0, it calls the end round. So it has its own thread, like the counter has its own thread too. And what else do I have? I will talk about handling the guesses. Handle guess checks the typed text against the secret word, and is case insensitive. So you can write it in uppercase, lowercase. It doesn't matter. And a correct guess gives 10 points, and the guesser and to the guesser, and 5 points to the drawer, and then broadcast a score update to all clients. Yeah, this is responsible for updated scores, and this is the status response. Like if you guess it correctly, it's gonna give that response. Yeah, and there's a check guess function which checks your guess. Let's see where I wrote that. There we go. Yeah, it makes sure that all of them, even though you use uppercase letters, it makes sure it's all lowercase. And let's move on to the client.py. So it's mostly used Tkinter UI code for our application. So as you can see, these are for the titles, and these are for the timer. As you can see, it's the font text size, and this is the color of that. It's basically using Tkinter library from Python. And prompt username, let's talk about it because it's important. On startup, the client asks for username, then connects to the server and sends a join message. And listen to server function. In that a background thread continuously reads messages from the server. Because Tkinter isn't thread safe, every message is dispatched back to the main thread using root.after 0. And what else? OnDraw function. OnDraw function is drawing works by capturing mouse drag events on the canvas. Each small line segment is sent to the server as a stroke message. So the strokes, like then when we try to like draw, it's being sent to the server as a stroke message. And there is a stroke handler on the top. Where was it? Yeah, this is the stroke handler. As you can see, there's a create line function from Tkinter, and here is another function, send guess. Guesses are sent with the guess message type. So there are different types of messages. So there is stroke message, guess message, and this is sent as a guess message type. The server ignores guesses from the drawer. As you can see, like when you're drawing, you can't use the guess functionality, it just ignores it. So like no way of that prevents the cheating in this case. So what are the challenges? A couple of things that took some debugging. First, thread safety was an issue. Tkinter crashes if you touch widgets from a background thread. So I had to route all the server messages through root after, as I've showed. Second is message framing. Raw TCP is a stream. There are no built-in message boundaries. So I solved this with a new line delimited JSON, which kept the code clean and easy to debug. And I think the third one was having the timer. Eventually, I haven't even thought about timer, but to make the game more engaged, I decided to add timer. I used thread for the countdown and needed a way to cancel it when a round ends early. Everyone guessed correctly. The The fix was storing the current timer thread reference and checking inside the loop whether it's still the active one. If not, it just returns. So yeah, that's the project. A fully working multiplayer drawing game in under 200 lines of Python. Thank you for watching. I really enjoyed when I'm building this, because Galactic.io is like one of my favorite games to play with my friends. But the actual game has colors for the pen, and you can use like brush, highlighter, different kinds of tools, and it's more competitive. The scoring system is better, but I really enjoyed working on this project. Yeah, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I really enjoyed the class and the projects that we built, and it was just one of them.